All right, so Paul, take it away with Blackwood Convention 2.
Okay, so this is where we started, or this is what we did last week. We started with basic Blackwood, when to avoid it. What we didn't get to is the continuation after getting the response to 4 no trump. 5 no trump makes an inquiry about kings. And there's 2 ways to play it. One is you can respond with the number of kings, and that's a pretty straightforward. The other is to show specific kings, and that's what I like to do. And that's what most people I know like to do. And what you do is you show your cheapest king, the lowest ranked king, and that you have. So if you bid 6 clubs, it shows the king of clubs, but you might have another king along with it. 6 diamonds shows the king of diamonds, but it denies the king of clubs. And the same thing goes on with hearts and spades. Bidding the trump suit just denies any kings. And, you know, for those playing key card, of course, you don't count the king of trump because you've already given that information. Now, there's certain rules for 5 no trump. This first one is very important. When you bid 5 no trump, you have guaranteed all of the aces or all of the key cards. Do not use it if you're missing one, because it's a grand slam try. And also, just on a general rule, if you're thinking about bidding 7, the general rule, it's not in the ACBO regulations, but you should be able to count to 13 tricks before you bid it. It should be almost a sure thing before you bid it. And the reason for that is that every time somebody is bidding a grand, there's somebody who is only in game. So by bidding just 6, you're already getting all those match points for beating the people in game. So you're risking quite a bit to gain only a little. In fact, a long time ago when bridge was popular, and there used to be hundreds of tables at regionals, there was a guy who made a bet that for every time that somebody was making a grand slam, somebody would be playing it in a partial, missed game. And he made a lot of money on that bet. And because of bidding misunderstandings and so forth, that kind of thing would happen. Anyway, once you guarantee all of the key cards, there's a little trick you can use. This doesn't come up very often, but it's kind of fun. It's a way to kind of shock partner. If he bids 5 no trump and you have a source of tricks that you haven't disclosed previously, there's a good way to shock partner. And that's if you have the source of tricks is like a no loser suit. Look at our example here. Partner opens a spade, you bid 2 clubs.
This is probably...
He bids 2 spades, you bid 3 spades. Partner bids 4 no trump. You show your 2 aces, he bids 5 no trump. You know you have all the key cards. You know partner's got good trump or he wouldn't be jumping to 4 no trump. So you can count at least 5 spade tricks, 1 heart, he's got the ace of diamonds, and he's got the ace of clubs. So that's
7 no trump.
7 no trump is the right answer. That's the surprise for part. So, like I said, if that doesn't come up very often, if it happens, it is so much fun, but don't put that in your basket of tricks and expect it to come up very often. All right, so now let's talk about when 4 no trump is not Blackwood. And one of the situations that come up is there's might be times when 4 no trump is to play. The primary example of that is if partner is giving you a choice of 2 suits at the 4 level. So the example here is you open 2 no trump, partner bids 3 hearts, transferring you to spades. You bid 3 spades, and he shows his second suit, 4 diamonds. Now, he doesn't have to have a great hand for this because he's just responding to your 20 points. So you have to find a way of saying, partner, I'm not crazy about your spades, and I'm not even crazy about your diamonds, so let's just play 4 no trump. Partner's got a hand where they want to move on. After that, they can try to do so, but 4 no trump is not Blackwood in that situation.
And you know it's not Blackwood because you haven't agreed on a suit?
That would be a good reason, and you haven't jumped to 4 no trump.
But,
Now-
Paul, can I have a question? I thought like if your partner opened 2 no trump, you wouldn't go to Blackwood anyways. Wouldn't you go to Gerber?
We're going to be getting to that, but you're right. This is, but Gerber would be by the responder to the 2 no trump bidder.
Okay.
There's not too many situations where you're going to open no trump and then ask for aces. Any kind of no trump that you own, you have, very seldom are you going to be asking for aces because partner's in control. You've decided to tell him that you have a relatively balanced hand and you're limited in your points. So until you don't know partner's strength. So partner is the one who is going to determine whether or not you belong in slam. If you think about it, you don't know if partner has 6 points or 26 points. Can't have 26, but 16 points. All right. And it's pretty hard for the person who's limited their hand to be able to figure that out. So the no trump bidder rarely is the person who is bidding Blackwood. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The other situation is what is called quantitative, and that's just a fancy word for invitation. We're all familiar with the auction that goes 1 no trump, 2 no trump, right? The 2 no trump bidder is saying, partner, if you're on the lower end of your bid or pass, and if you're on the high end of your bid 3 no trump. Well, 4 no trump in no trump auctions can be the same thing, except it's asking partner, if you're on the top end of your bid 6. So the examples that we have, well, first of all, you need about 33 points, as you know, to bid at the 6 level. If partner bids 4 no trump, you bid 6 with the maximum of your no trump range that you've shown. And the examples are very straightforward. If you see at the bottom, 1 no trump, 4 no trump, ask that question. 2 no trump, 4 no trump, ask that question. And there's also delayed situations where that comes up. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 1 no trump. You've shown your 12 to 14 points, and now 4 no trump would also be Blackwood. The same thing if you open a diamond, partner bids 3 no trump. Some people play that as 13 to 15. Well, now he's defined his range. You can ask the question by bidding 4 no trump. If partner is on 13, passes. With 15, he should be bidding 6. And I made a chart here that I thought would be helpful, but it looks a little confusing. It shows all the ways of showing your balanced no trump raises. So it shows how to show your balanced hands from 12 to 27 points. And then it also shows what responder needs to have to bid 4 no trump. You see that if you take the lower range of the 2, you're out of the no trump range. If you're on the higher end, you are in the no trump range. So that's why you're asking the question.
You're in the slam range, yeah.
Yeah, excuse me. Okay, so if we can't use 4 no trump for Blackwood, that's why we need Gerber. I'm suggesting, a lot of people use Gerber all the time. I'm suggesting you only use it on no trump auctions. So pretty straightforward. 4 clubs asks, and the ranges or the bids for the number of aces are shown there. 5 clubs is asking for kings after 4 clubs. Those are the responses. And you have to decide on any given hand, your partnership, whether 4 no trump is Blackwood or if 4 clubs is ace asking. You don't want to use both of those. On any given auction, both of those cannot be ace asking. So you don't want to be in a position where you bid 4 clubs saying, partner, how many aces do you have? And partner answers, 4 no trump. Oh, I don't know. How many do you have? So 4 no trump would not be Blackwood in this situation where 4 clubs is Gerber. So when is it Gerber? Directly over no trump. This is the same as basically the quantitative. It's the flip side of the quantitative raises. So 1 no trump, 2 no trump, 4 clubs would be Gerber. After those delayed ones that we talked about, where you show 12 to 14 or 18 to 19, 4 clubs would be Gerber. And after Stamen and Jacoby transfers, 4 clubs is ace asking. When it's not Gerber, when a suit's been agreed upon, so this auction comes up not frequently, but it's something that you should know. 1 spade, 3 spades, you've decided on spades, you've agreed on a spade suit. 3 no trump, partners giving you the option of another second place to play, saying let's play either 3 no trump or 4 spades, partner, you decide. 4 clubs in that situation would say, I got a good hand and I got the ace of clubs and I want to play in spades. So if partner's giving you a choice of games, 4 clubs would not be Gerber in that situation. 4 no trump would be ace asking. Over 3 no trump when clubs have been previously bid. So another similar situation. You open a heart, partner bids 2 diamonds, you say 2 no trump, partner bids 3 clubs, showing a second suit. You bid 3 no trump to play, and partner says, no, really, I got these 2 suits and I want you to pick one of them. And so 4 clubs would be the other option. And finally, if you're lucky enough to open 3 no trump and you are playing that to show something like, a big hand, 25 to 27, 4 clubs is Stamen in that situation. And also you should know that typically transfers are on and Stamen. I do not recommend that if 3 no trump is an overcall. So if your right-hand opponent opens 3 spades and you bid 3 no trump, lefty passes, 4 clubs should be clubs in that situation. That's my preference. I don't know if other people play it that way, but that's something you and your partner should decide.
So is 4 clubs Gerber always going to be by the responder, never the opener?
That's right. I cannot think of an auction where somebody has limited their range by bidding no trump, where they would then bid Blackwood.
Got it.
If the opener, as the opener, I suppose if you limit your hand, well, no, I can't think of a situation where the limited hand no trump bidder would ever ask for aces.
Paul, I have a question back to your after delayed no trump bid by opener, and you have 1 club, 1 heart, 1 no trump, 4 clubs, but clubs have already been bid. So wouldn't that be confusing?
Well, it is a
How would
bid,
you
except you
know?
realize that you have a forcing bid below that. If you can force, make a forcing bid below Gerber, that keeps the auction open and shows that you have clubs, then you don't need 4 clubs for the same thing. So if you have the auction, a club, a heart, a no trump, 3 clubs, if you play that as forcing, which a lot of people do, right? That's the way responder would be able to show clubs.
That's
That make sense?
confusing. That's very, no, but that's okay. That's very confusing to me.
If you,
There's
4
too many
clubs-
what ifs. I mean, there's too many,
Okay, fair
what
enough.
else?
Don't play it.
yeah, thank you.
well, let me see if I can try to
Yeah,
explain
because
it
you could have
better.
done 3 clubs, Susan. That's what he's trying to say. So,
If the only way you can force partner is to bid 4 clubs, and you've already shown clubs previously, then 4 clubs is natural. Okay? But
Mhm.
if there was a way that you could have shown clubs at a lower level that would be forcing and tell partner you got clubs, then 4 clubs would be Gerber.
Can you give us an example of when you'd want to use Gerber as opposed to just doing quantitative if you were that close to wanting to play in slam anyway, no trump?
An example of, say that again, please.
When would you, give me an example of an auction where if you're that close to wanting to play in slam, in no trump, why wouldn't you just bid for no trump as opposed to using 4 clubs? When is it right to use Gerber?
Because you know you want to be in slam. You don't want to bid for no trump because partner could pass.
Oh,
Right?
I got it. I got it.
So
I got
you want
it.
to be in, but you want to check to see, make sure you're not off 2 aces. So
Yeah,
that
got
would
it,
be a
got it, got it.
situation where you would bid it.
Okay.
All right. So Mark doesn't give me the 3 hours that I wanted to do these lessons. So we're going to split it into 3, and we're going to talk about keycard Blackwood next.
Yeah, we're going to keep
That's what I
card
got
Queen
today, if there's
Ask
any questions.
and Queen Ask and Void showing at a later date. I do want to emphasize I like the king up the line as well. So if you play with me, I prefer that one as well. So the 5 no trump. And then like I said, thanks for joining us, and I will post this, and then we'll have Paul do the 3rd part of it sometime in September based on popular demand or something.
Thanks, Paul. Thanks,
Thanks,
Mark.
guys.
Thank you.